Hello friends, we all know that water is a very important part of our life. Its importance is not only limited to human life but goes much beyond. It is a basic requirement for life to exist. So, in order to help children understand different concepts and issues related to water, it can be taken up as a theme in environmental studies at the primary level. As a theme, water can provide a wide scope for developing an integrated perspective of natural, physical, and the socio-cultural environment. In doing so, it is important to present various concepts and issues holistically so as to blur the disciplinary boundaries and relate the classroom learning to the real lives of children. Can you think of some concepts and issues that fulfill this criteria? Some of them are water as a primary need, water availability, access and distribution of water, use and storage of water, cultural significance of water, water conservation, water pollution, gender issues, and other discriminatory practices for access to water. Experimentation with water to understand some of its properties. Try adding some more concepts and issues to this web. Can you think of different disciplines that these entail from? So, we can see that this theme offers multiple possibilities and perspectives to explore and understand our environment. Therefore, taking it up at the primary level is very much in tune with the integrated nature of the subject environmental studies. You must be curious to know how we can transact it in our classrooms. Beginning with children's experiences by allowing them to explore the need of water for all living beings in family, neighborhood, and society. Their attention may be drawn towards different activities involving use of water and how water sustains life. Children may observe these in their context and reflect in different ways. Questions such as, what if you do not get water for 1 or 2 days? What if you had to manage with only 2 buckets of water for a week? These provide opportunities to enable children to think critically. They may share their personal experiences if they have had any. Now, let's look at water through a different lens. We know that children love playing with water. It can not only be used for providing opportunities to work hands-on, but also for exposing children to different processes of learning EVS. For example, just encourage them to explore the questions like, what sinks and what floats in water? How do we make a floating object sink and vice versa? Let us watch this video.
मेज़बान प्लास्टिक का डिब्बा, डब्बे में पानी और बगल में अटरम पटरम सामान। सब हैं चकराए। ये कैसा खेल, कैसा विज्ञान? ना लैब, ना उपकरण, फिर भी कहते हैं मिलेगा ज्ञान।
ये डूबेगा कि तैरेगा? तैरेगा।
पहले अंदाजा लगाओ, फिर डालकर देखो। टेबल टेनिस की हल्की सी गेंद, ये तो तैरेगी, सबको पता था और ये तैरी।
कौन कहता है तैरेगा?
लेकिन फिर आया स्टील का मोती, उसका क्या?
ये डूबेगा कि तैरेगा? डूबेगा। कौन कहता है डूबेगा?
जब मैंने ग्रीन वाले बलून को अंदर डाला जिसमें वाटर था, तो पानी से बिल्कुल प्रेशर नहीं आया हाथ पे, एकदम आसानी से वो अंदर चला गया।
ग्रीन वाला मतलब पानी से भरा गुब्बारा, आसानी से अंदर। लेकिन हवा से भरे लाल गुब्बारे का क्या?
बहुत पावर लग रही है ये, इसके मुकाबले बहुत लाइट है।
और समय शुरू होता है अब। दिमाग दौड़ रहे हैं। कागज के बाहर की ओर फॉइल, शायद पानी रोकने के लिए। क्या ये सीखें देंगी संतुलन? समय परीक्षण का। कितने कंचों का भार उठाएगी टीम या होगी नाव? कंचे हो रहे हैं सवार, नाव मजबूत, अभी तो मजे में रही है तैर। और अब चकते, उनकी नाव का डिजाइन अलग। आगे तो सीखे, क्या मार लेंगे बाजी? लेकिन यहाँ तो छठे कंचे से ही डावाडोल है नैया।
Are we not helping children to experience observation, framing hypotheses, questioning, experimentation, discussion, improvisation, inference making, cooperation, and many more processes of learning? Would you like your students to seek answer to what dissolves in water and what does not? Try to design some activities. It is important to keep in mind that at primary level, children can do these explorations without burdening them with the definitions of different scientific principles and phenomena, as their memorization does not lead to any significant gain in knowledge. Besides, the underlying causes of different scientific phenomena such as floating, sinking, evaporation, dissolution need understandings at the micro level like density, intermolecular forces of attraction and repulsion, which can be deferred to higher classes when children are developmentally mature to grasp them. Children would have varied experiences of water with respect to the availability, access, and its distribution. This could be due to variation in regional, geographical, socio-economic context. Very often we find that teachers list out certain sources of water as pond, river, lake, which children may or may not have seen. When asked to draw how children get water in their homes, some class 3 children expressed their ideas. Instead of asking them to memorize the sources of water, their own ideas need to be countered, which is very much possible if we encourage them to explore, observe, discuss instead of providing fixed answers. In spite of the availability of plenty of water on this earth, it's not available easily to all living beings. Large sections of our society do not have access to potable water and they face many hardships to procure it. Does scarcity of water influence all in a similar manner? Children need to be sensitized to recognize that access to natural resources is governed by many factors such as class, caste, and region. Unequal access to water can be attributed to scarcity at natural level and to inequalities created by human conduct. think the issue of procurement of water has anything to do with gender? Look around and reflect. Whose responsibility is to fetch water? Think how children can be exposed and made aware of such issues. The fundamental concern is to sensitize all for judicious management of water both at small and large scales, for which the attention of children may be drawn towards little steps that may adopt for reduce and reuse of water in their daily lives. Sensitizing them to conserve water enables children to be the agents of effective change in society right from an early age. Hasn't conservation of water been part of our past? What do you think of these? You may appreciate that these are not the modern structures for conservation of water, but built and used hundreds of years ago in different parts of our country. We had been practicing water conservation since ancient times, and that reflects in remains of our glorious past. Encourage children to visit or observe different ways of water conservation practiced in earlier times. They may appreciate the magnificent scientific and architectural aspects of the Baolis, Bawaris, step wells and johads. They may be encouraged to think of ways to conserve water and how traditional methods can help to overcome present-day problems of water scarcity. This will nurture their quest for knowledge. In addition, opportunities with open-ended questions that allow children to share multiple views and perspectives, debate and discussions can further inculcate critical thinking right from the primary stage. Since ancient times, revering the rivers, lakes and other water bodies is considered auspicious. We are proud of our culture and heritage when we see that people, irrespective of any religion, caste and region, worship water during various customs, rituals and festivals. But with this comes the other side of different practices which cannot be ignored, wherein we pollute these water bodies to such an extent that their existence falls in danger and revival becomes difficult. Another horrific aspect of water is when it can be disastrous. It may cause destruction and displacements of various living beings due to droughts, floods, and contamination of water. Various waterborne diseases like diarrhea, dysentery, cholera, jaundice, typhoid affect people, which can even be fatal. Other deadly diseases like cancer, neurological, and skin problems occur due to heavy metals, which have even polluted the groundwater. Mining and industrial waste are a major cause for this. Watch these clips.
पहले जो गंगा थी एकदम सफ़ेद लाइट का, अब जो है देखिए हरा हरा है। पहले गंगा सफ़ेद पानी था कि पानी के अंदर पैसा फेंक दीजिए दिखाता रहा। गंदा तो हो ही गया सर, गंदा अब हम लोग उतना पीते नहीं, हाली नहाना है, अब नहीं पीते हैं।
This is my bathroom and this is my toilet. We put the water in this and this water is going by river from this pipeline. And this water going to in the river.
काम पड़ गो नीट से खुजली इतनी बहुत ज्यादा खुजली हो रही है। पूरे अंग में पूरे शरीर में।
You will not find original quality of water. You will not find the water which can be said that this is Mother Ganga. These medicinal properties has been lost from the Ganga water.
In Kanpur, river Ganga is being polluted by leather factories. There are 400 tanneries right on the bank of river Ganga. The wastewater is highly chemicalized and hazardous, is going to the river without any treatment. This water contains a variety of chemicals, dyes, acids, sulfides, chlorides, preservatives, and the most important, basic chrome sulfate, and it's fatal to the life. And chromium is a known carcinogen and it causes cancer. This water is used for irrigating 2,500 hectares of land, but this water is not safe for irrigation. And this water has impacted the local environment, the soil, and also the groundwater. Ideally, no crop should be grown here because the crop is also contaminated. Nothing should be grown which is for human consumption or even for animal consumption.
Often droughts and floods are considered as natural calamities, but careful study of the underlying causes reveals that most of these occur due to human activities that disturb nature in the name of development. You must have observed that developmental activities in the name of construction of railways, power plants, dams raise issues of displacement of people in large numbers. So, can we reflect on few questions after looking at this? Who are benefited and who are at loss by construction of dams, and how? Whose interests are more important and why? In the name of development, are we disregarding the plight of the poor and disadvantaged? How? So friends, we have discussed how the theme water can be explored under environmental studies without compartmentalizing different concepts into science, social science or any other subjects. Such a holistic planning of curricula helps children learn better when learning situations revolve around their context. These enable them to be reflective and critical thinkers, which is the need of today's education. Is the integrated perspective that we see across subjects also reflect for different themes? Can you think how? Does this give any clue? Please try for other concepts or issues. Thank you so much for watching this video.